Alright guys, this is Skinless, the guild leader for the Alliance Guardians. Today we're going to be looking at Darth Revan. So unlike my other videos where I do a single part, this one I have decided to break up a little bit. Since I edit everything on my iPhone, it is a nightmare to edit certain things, or if I say the wrong things through this event. So the big thing about this event is not necessarily the gear. However, the gear is extremely, it is important no matter what, but it's not the determining factor. Kill orders and understanding mechanics is more of the point of this event here. So we are going to go over my characters here. Understand that some of these are going to end up being units that are event units where your statistics are not that of the ones that you use in the event. So you do need Bastilla Fallen, as we call her, Nastilla. You need Karth, you need HK, Canderous, and Jabroni. And so we'll go ahead and take a quick look at how we've got these guys modded. With Bastilla Fallen, she's on my arena team. A lot of people go for the speed, and I'm not going to get in an argument about which is better between speed or offense. I find the offense, in my opinion, the damage she deals is okay to have her go a little bit behind everyone, but then again, my Drevan is extremely fast, so he always ends up going first, so I'm never concerned about that. So we can take a quick look at her speed. She's 258, so it's not arena normally viable unless you're running it the way I am, so nothing crazy there. I do have all of her abilities maxed at this time, specifically because of Malik. But when I did this event the very first time, I only had the Omega on her corrupted battle meditation, and I had the Omega on her wild lightning. Otherwise, everything else had no Omegas. For Karth, now the Zeta isn't required, but it does help. I did find that specifically getting little extra bits in here, specifically that 3% health and protection. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're getting a lot of damage over time effects on the field, this can help quite a bit. I did have him modded with crit chance, crit damage, so he could get a little more damage out there. Also with his speed, 200, nothing over the top. Critical damage, he's still not exactly very tanky. With HK, I did have him at gear 11 for this event, but then again, I had him as a legacy tune. No Zeta on him at the time. I did have his Omegas, however, so I went ahead and again, crit chance, crit damage, and he's actually extremely slow. Normally, again, speed is of the essence. I found that the slow damage dealers still has just worked really well for me. With Canderous, I had him at gear 9 when I did this event. I had no Omegas on him whatsoever at the time. I've got potency and offense on him. He's going to be the one really inflicting all of your damage over time effects for the main part with his basic. And speed, just so you can kind of get an idea. I mean, 175, so by no means are these extra side guys fast. And Jabroni, I actually almost forgot she was even a part of this. I mean, she has her point, but I think I threw an extra bit of gear on her just because I happened to have it and figured, well, just in case for whatever reason, and I abandoned that effort. Per mods, I mean, I put health on her and some potency. I put the potency just to try to get some extra damage over time, or any damage effects whatsoever. And her health, I'm just trying to keep her survivable. I just want her to be in the event. I went up to level 7 initially on all the, but again, just to kind of get what I can out of her, but she really isn't doing much this event. You could actually probably do this event with a level 1 Jahani. So, 115, I mean, her stats really do not matter. She's just there, kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and jump in, and at this point, this first part of the video is going to cover the first 4 tiers. So if you were looking to cover tier 5, 6, or 7, if that's where you're getting stuck or need some assistance, I have a separate video for those, just specifically so we can go a little bit more in depth on each one of those. So let's go and start with 1. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You're using an event unit, so you're not using your own statistics, obviously, because, well, we haven't unlocked him yet. Go. I suppose I probably could have skipped this, but no video is complete without covering each piece of the event, I would say. It's always good just to clear each tier since you have to. I gotta say, I do love watching the cinematic aspects of this event. Just like CLS and a few of the others, you find that they put a lot of extra detail into these events. In fact, if you hold the buttons up here, you can actually see the lore behind the characters and kind of get a little extra information on them, which is always really cool when they throw that kind of stuff in there. This also gives you a chance to kind of really play around with this kit and get an idea of what he's doing. There we go. We get that really awesome saber technique. I absolutely love it. And no notifications. After 4 years, it's still asking me. So, tier 2. We're going to get to bring in some other characters. We're going to bring in Karth, Bastilifon, and Kandris. And Karth is always going to be your leader. With his again, with his leader ability, you get the extra potency, you get a whole bunch of extra bits that are just going to work out for you. And I don't really believe, other than HK, there's another leader ability in the Old Republic lineup. So, and you're not going to use HK to lead your Old Republic tunes. It's just not going to happen. You can see right out the gate we're just getting tons upon tons of damage over time effects, which is pretty awesome. I wonder if we can even get her to go down without... Oh, no, she did take a hit. I was going to see if we could do it without her even getting a single hit out there. That'd be kind of cool. And she goes down pretty fast. Basics really are the main focus for getting damage over time effects on the tunes. I will use AoEs when there's a larger group, but I do like to stick to my basics a lot of the time. It does tend to work fairly well. So now that we're in tier 3, we actually get to have all of our tunes all together. Once again, same leader, same everything here. You'll notice that Darth Revan, you get your gear, he's gear 8. He goes up a gear level every time you go up a tier, so he slowly gets more powerful, so that he's not just one-shotting everything at the lower tiers for you. He does scale with the difficulty of the battles. So, with this event here, you're stuck fighting the cartel bruiser. You really want to get the guy in the middle. He has his counting to 3, which I'll have to show you as soon as we actually get there to him. See if we can get him shocked or something. There we go. So with Calo Nord, let's see if I can get the lore to pop up on my phone here. So you can get some kind of information about him. So Calo will count to 3, at which point he will deal massive damage with his next attack. Each time an enemy is defeated, Calo gains permanent stacking speed boost. So you really, really, really want him to go down. So getting that shock out there on the field and getting the taunts out of the way will give you a chance to take Calo down first. Otherwise, if you can't, I actually recommend getting Juhani to taunt, because once again, she is just there to either die or just hang out, essentially. Sometimes she can get stun in there, but she's really not going to be the thing that makes or breaks your team. I mean, you might say, "Oh, well, later on, you'll still see that she's not there for that purpose. She's specifically there just to kind of take all the extra away from the rest of your team." And then she goes stealth and then defeats the purpose. So let's see if we can get back over there to Kahlo before it's too late. Let's see. There we go. So if we had not taken him out, we would have wanted that taunt on Jahani, and Jahani would have essentially been one-shotted. So that would be the point of having that go there. So getting those shocks, not using your AoE when you don't need to, can definitely help quite a bit. So then we'll go ahead and we'll take out tier 4 here. As you notice, we've got gear 10 Darth Revan with us now. So we're going to go ahead and take out Ajanta Paul. Once again, cool little lore. So if we look at his boss battle mechanic, this boss can attack up to 3 times per turn and will automatically counterattack. He cannot be inflicted with ability block, fear, or death mark, or have his cooldowns increase. So there's no point in trying to get certain debuffs out there. So the basics are going to do just fine, honestly, for a lot of these. Just because you're not going to fear him. I like the when I can get the secondary attack out of Drevan when I use his special. So we're going to go ahead and take on a taunt, so that way... oh, he got stunned. That's always nice. That taunt, once again, is if anybody else is going down. If you see your Drevan is starting to go down in health, go ahead and taunt. Go ahead and pull it off there, so that way we can keep it from being one of those scenarios where you end up losing your key tunes. So let Jahani die for your other tunes. All right, so that covers tiers 1 through 4. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and break up the other bits into additional parts. So stay tuned on the other parts, and I look forward to hearing from you.